We're at 714 Redbud Drive in Taylorville, Kentucky, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We are going in from the, there's a couple clean outs back here. If you're facing the house, it's the rear left, so if you take the long driveway back, you'll see on the, there's a walkout, and right next to that walkout there's a plastic, first there is what looks like a cast iron pipe sticking up that looks to be an old clean out, and then in line with that, but about another 3 feet away, is a PVC clean out with a cap, a flat cap, and that's where we're going to go. I'm going to actually push back into the house first and get a look at that, and then we're going to push out. And there's also a sump system down in the second basement. This is a quad, and in that they have a stationary tub, and the laundry dumps into the stationary tub and dumps into this sump system, and then it pumps it up. What seems to be, it pumps it up into the sanitary up here. We're going to put a few dye tablets in that so we can verify that it is just dumping out up here into this. And so, like I said, first step is we're going to inspect this line back into the house as far as we can, and then we are going to turn and go out towards the street, and then we'll end the inspection verifying that the pump system is pumping it up into the sanitary from the second basement. So as you can see, there's the clean out. There's an old clean out. That brick there is just not able to be removed. The homeowner has made an attempt. So first we're going to try to go back in towards the house. Yeah, you can actually hear it going into that clean out. It looks like there's a Y there. And I think I actually went into the clean out. So I may not be able to inspect this very well from there. Okay, I was able to get it to go the other direction. This is all cast iron. It's like a pretty big chunk here. I'm not really sure. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. I'm gonna go have them run some water. Lost Chris. Hey, look. Okay, so what we were doing there is we've run water in both the bathrooms. That's what this is here. And so what I'm doing is I'm just verifying that all the lines actually come down here. So that, like what looks like a plug there, or what looks like a bunch of stuff backing up the line in front of us, that's just the end of the line. There's a plug behind that. And so all the stuff that's come down over the years, there's just been some build up there right at the edge. There is no connection behind what we're looking at right there. That is the end of the pipe, or the beginning of the pipe. And so it comes out, all the bathrooms drop down from a stack into this Y, a shared stack, and then it all comes out here. So you only have a few feet of pipe there. And so now we're going to pull out. Here we are outside again. That all looked good. It's cast iron, so it's a little ugly, but it looks like it was functioning properly. It wasn't too bad to build up. And now we're going to go out towards the street. And here we are. What looks like to me, what I think this is I think this may be the tie-in for that gray water, where the sump pump comes in, because it does look like a smaller line. So we're going to go past that for now. We're going to inspect the rest of the line, and then when I pull back, we will stop there and we'll pump. We'll run that pump down there to verify where it comes in. Good thing is this is all PVC. This was probably done in the late 70s, early 80s. The way this is set up, it does look like it was a converted septic. I think there may have been a septic tank out here at one point, and when they put the sewer line down the street, they just tied onto it here right at the back of the house and ran it around the house and tied it in a little bit down the hill here. So the good news is this is all PVC, newer material, so usually you have a lot better luck with the newer PVC stuff. So far everything looks great. Do have some roots here. It's a little bit strange for now. If it was, this may not have been glued. A lot of times they use like a hub, kind of an O-ring or something around it when they fit these together, so they can move a little bit if the ground moves. But we do have some roots here. I'm at 81, 82 feet here. Probably want to have this cleaned. Regular maintenance beyond that would probably be just some root killer every now and then. It's the only spot I've seen so far, and we're 82 feet out. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to locate that when I pull back at that spot, just so we can verify where it is, in the yard. And so if somebody does come out and clean it, they can be able to tell how much length they need to be able to get that cleaned out of there. So far, that was the only spot we saw. We're diving now, so we should be getting close to the main. We are 140 feet out. And there we are. We are staring into the main. So we've made it all the way out, 143, 144 feet there. And everything looked good except for the one spot at about 82 feet. This is all PVC plastic, so that's good. You know, no real bad shifting or no bellies. Didn't even see any water sitting in it, which is a good sign. Everything has good pitch. I didn't see any solids. Again, so we're going to stop at about 82 feet. We're going to locate that spot with the roots, and then we are also going to stop, and I believe that was about 16 or 17 feet out, where there was a Y-end, which I believe is the pump from the bottom basement, where the stationary tub and laundry is. There is that spot with the roots. Okay, I'm going to stop right here because it does look like there's an entry point for that root intrusion on the left-hand side there. I'm going to pause the video just so we don't have a bunch of empty dead air space here. Okay, so that is just to the left. If you're facing the house, it's just to the left of the driveway there, and I marked it with some green paint. I'll put a flag in there also just for reference, but that may be something that it's only about 1.5 feet deep to the top of the pipes. That may be something because it does look like there may be a crack in it, and that's how the roots got in and kind of created a little bit bigger hole. So the fact that it's only 1.5 feet deep, it may be something that somebody would rather just dig up and patch instead of, you know, trying to deal with the maintenance of, you know, cleaning it and putting root killer down it. Because the rest of this pipe looks really good. I mean, I didn't see any other root intrusion, and this thing's running right through a big line of trees and bushes, you know, all the way between the two houses here. So we're getting close here to that Y-end or the T-end right here at this turn, I believe, and there it is. Okay, so I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to pause the video until I can go down there and run some water, or have somebody run some water, and then we'll watch for the water to come in. Okay, so we are running some water in the stationary tub, which is filling up that sump down in the basement, and we're going to wait for that to discharge. And that water that does get discharged should also be a pretty fluorescent green that comes out of there. I did dump some dye tablets in there. It's already taking longer than I thought it would. Okay, starting to see some water come out. But I'm sure it gets pumped up and then gravity is what brings it down to this point. So it may take a couple of discharges for us to really see that green. May have to go turn that water on a little heavier. Okay, I'm just going to leave this right here for a second. I'm going to go turn that water on a little heavier and see if we can get a little bit more water to come through. it's definitely pumping. I'm going to actually pull this out. I'm going to take the standoff off the camera so you can see a little bit more of the bottom of the pipe here. Now we may have to wait for another cycle. You can see a little bit of a green tint to this. But we should see a lot more. I actually heard it running when I got out here. So I know it's going into it, it's just hard to tell exactly where. Okay. I'm sitting here waiting. I'm going to locate where this comes in just to kind of see what else this might be, because it almost sounds like that line is coming in before it exits the house. There we go. Yes, I think it's, there we go. You can see the green tint to the water as it goes by, and that's actually coming in right where that clean out, the old metal clean out is. So I'm not 100% as to what this other tie-in here is, but you can see all the green tint from the dye. So it definitely is tied into the sanitary, which it should be. So the last thing left to do is to locate this right here and maybe try to take a guess, or cause I'm not sure what else this could come from, but we're gonna locate it anyway, just for their knowledge. We'll leave it running so you can see it pump again. Okay. So this is no more than about 5 feet off the PVC clean out. There's a line coming in from the right, but it is not the sump pump. So, not really sure at this point what that is. Could be a dead Y. It's too high to be many other things. The kitchen line looks like it comes down and drops into the same sump, and so it's kind of hard to tell what that spot is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video one more time. And see if maybe I can find something else that I feel might be running into that, and we'll run that and see maybe if it's the kitchen. Maybe there's another section of the kitchen that I didn't see that could be tied into this. So, but again, I'm going to pause the video and look for that. Okay, so I'm running some water in the sink now. We've stopped it on the we've stopped it downstairs on the sump, and ran some water in the kitchen sink, and it's not coming into there, but there we go right there. You can see the water flying by here, and so that's what that is. This line comes over from the kitchen sink and dishwasher and dumps in right here where it is marked about a foot deep. So that's all we needed to verify. There's no way of me getting into that to inspect it. I mean, it is flowing, but it's there's no way for me to get my camera to turn back up a Y, and there's no access where that exits the house. There's a porch sitting on top of it. So, but you can see we've already exited the pipe, and for the most part everything looked good. The only thing we did see that will need to be addressed at some point was that bundle of roots at about 82 feet that is marked with paint and a flag, and that's going to have to either be cleaned, which would probably require some regular maintenance, or like I said before, it's only about 1.5 feet deep, so it really shouldn't be too big compared to most plumbing jobs, especially outside. To dig that up and patch that spot should not be too difficult. So the line, other than that, looked really good. That was the only spot of any concern, and it was still flowing. It's just obviously those roots could cause a problem in the near future. So that'll end the inspection at 714 Redbud Drive in Taylor Mill, Kentucky.